Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. So these are going to be general messages for the 16th to the 22nd of September. We're going to start with a yes-no spread. We're going to do a layered reading today. I'm going to do a layered reading today. So I'm going to start with a yes-no spread with qualifiers. And we're going to do a layered Celtic cross. Get a lot of messages from that. And then we're going to do a Lenormand spread. And then we're going to end with a love-only oracle spread. All right, so giving you lots of messages this week, guys, because this is there's a lot of energy going on for sure, right? Lots of energy going on. On the 17th, we have the new moon in Virgo and it's trining Saturn, and you know, Virgo's a very practical energy. It's the landlord of the 6th house of day-to-day work environment, day-to-day in general. Our health, mental, physical, and emotional. And it's going to be in there with slow and steady Saturn. They normally like each other, but there's going to be this tension with the Mars retrograde. It's going to be making us feel like all the cards are out on the table, right? Everything's in front of us, options, desires, right? Things that we want. And we're going to have more clarity than we've been feeling. And we're going to feel closer to being honest about what we really, really want. And being honest, because if it's not ultimately good for us, it will not be real and viable as an option for us, right? Because that's what Mars retrograde does. Mars retrograde wants us to go within to really ask these big questions. How good is that relationship for you? How good is that job for you? How solid is that friendship? Is this family connection healthy for you? And it really has us asking those big questions. And at the same time, we do have optimistic Jupiter is going to be in harmony with Neptune, making us feel pretty idealistic and dreamy, at least in one area of our life, which is good, right? But Jupiter is going to be in tension with Mercury being in Libra, creating frustration as far as our ability to communicate really clearly and in a way that comes off as feeling very fair, right? And we might be frustrated in being able to see what it is that we need to learn or what it is that we need to do exactly in a situation, right? So it's a little frustrating in that way. And then on the 22nd, we have the Sun is going to be entering Libra, joining Mercury in there. So I really like that combination. I feel like that's going to be much better for communication towards the end of that week. But for now, let's turn our attention to our single question read. So I want you to formulate one question, ask it 3 times in full sentence format the same way. Okay? One question, ask it in a full sentence format the same way 3 times. First card is a no, the 10 of Swords. We pull 3 cards to get the final answer. The second card is the 4 of Coins, which is a yes. Third card is the 5 of Cups, which is a no. So we have 2 no's and a yes, so the answer would be a no, Aquarius. It would be a no. I know a lot of you are not going to like that. Please don't come after me for how the cards come out. Depending on the question, you may be happy that it's a no. But let's get some qualifying energies. We have the 8 of Coins, and we have the Chariot. We have qualifying the 4 of Coins. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay, new path. Ace of Swords. There's a lot of newness here. We have the 5 of Cups, something about fairness here, what's fair, what's not fair. And then we have Judgment. Judgment, okay, it's about forgiveness. So let's see what goes on here. Let's start with the 10 of Swords. So one sword at a time over time, right? One sword at a time over time. So the 10 of Swords is a complete and painful ending of something, right? Like kind of reaching the rock bottom of a situation. Now, a lot of times this energy shows up as having to do with like gossip of some kind, or you know, but it happens over time, right? Because swords are words, right? It's communication. It's painful communication. It could be somebody gaslighting you, lots of deflection, lots of gossip, negative, right? Negative stuff over time, where it's just like, I can't do this anymore. It's just becoming too difficult and doesn't make sense, right? Because it's a Mercury in Virgo. And we have Mercury in Virgo. Whatever communication is going on here, it needs to make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, that something is not health. Virgo rules the 6th house of health. Is it healthy? Is this communication healthy for you? Is this connection healthy for you? Is whatever it is that you're involved in, that job, whatever, is it healthy for you? And the answer would be no, it's not. It's not. So it needs to be done. Very painful. We have the Eight of Coins and we have the Chariot. Well, the Chariot is about getting on that chariot and getting away from toxicity. This is action and change. This is, a journey, like moving forward away. Now remember, the Chariot is connected to Cancer, and Cancer is that fourth house energy of home, roots, family, love, what you need to feel really good, like really safe and really secure. Right? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles energy here. And this is mastering your craft and enjoying your employment and really focusing on your job, Aquarius. Like focusing your energies on your job. Really fun. So some of you may be leaving a job that you didn't like and being really focused on this new path, this new energy, because you realizing you were very unhappy in your recent employment. Or this could certainly be maybe you were fired. Whatever it is, there was something that's over and you leaving whatever that was not good for you and you focusing on your work here. If this has to do with career, if this has to do with relationship, this energy that you were dealing with was very, very toxic. Very toxic. But right now you're very focused on your creativity, you're focused on your work, you're focused on gaining connections in your life, just taking care of your stuff and putting your ducks in a row. Very focused on the right things for sure. Then we have the Four of Coins energy. So the Four of Coins is, if this has to do with relationship, you can be in a mode of self-protection right now for whatever reason, right? Because coins can be mental, physical, emotional connection. And there is this idea of holding back with the Four of Pentacles, almost like a greedy energy. Now, this could indicate greed or desire for long-term security, where you feel kind of overwhelmed in that way. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus, where you're in this space where you're super focused about security, whether it has to do with actual money or whether it has to do with an actual relationship. It's going to resonate with each of you different because it's a general reading. But clarifying these, we have the Two of Wands and we have the Ace of Swords. So let's talk about the Two of Wands first. Is waiting for the results of something, making a choice, and making that choice to move forward in a particular way. But you need to wait for the results of something. Something is going to be coming in. Also, you could be feeling like there's an energy or somebody or something that could help you, but they might not be jumping in the way that you would like to. But regardless, there is this idea of waiting, right? Making a choice. Now, some of you might be waiting to hear from somebody. You're in a mode of self-protection, but you're waiting to hear from somebody regarding a relationship, a connection, something like that. But you might be dealing with an energy that's very much in self-protect mode, right? So, and then we have the Ace of Swords, and this is about new ideas, but it's also about new conflict. There's mental clarity here. So we have this idea of, okay, we're waiting for results, but maybe this new issue comes up. Some sort of situation comes up where you need to make a decision that you didn't know that you had to make, having to do with either relationship or having to do with the job. The Ace, totally with the Ace of Swords, it's like there's new ideas, which is great, right? These epiphanies and everything. But with the ideas, with these new ideas and epiphanies comes some sort of new conflict. But mental clarity, you're seeing something different this time, Aquarius. You're seeing something in a different way. There's a lot of clarity here about why maybe you are not hearing back from somebody, or why somebody is holding back, or why somebody is in this space of indecision. But you're realizing it. We have the Five of Cups here. Five of Cups is feeling this sense of loss and regret and grief and feeling abandoned or even unloved, right? Now, obviously, this could indicate, issues, obviously, within a relationship where you're very focused on the Three of Cups that are down and you're not really noticing the Two cups that are still standing. There's being very focused on the pain of it, right? It's this just deep pain, right? Really, it's the best way of talking about it because it's Mars in Scorpio, and Mars goes in as the warrior planet and says, we need to change this now, right? And there's pain associated with that. So this could certainly be a situation also of being focused on, the negative aspects of some sort of situation that happened with work or with money. Listen, we have so many people unemployed right now, being super focused on the fallout of COVID. I mean, all of these things would just fall very much in line with this energy, but it's a focus on that and feeling this loss. Now, clarifying this, we have two pretty strong major arcanas. We have the Justice energy and we have the Judgment energy. So the Justice is a Libra energy. This has to do with the 7th house, right? 7th house of partnerships. So this could have to do with a business situation, or this could have to do with a marital relationship. But it is the idea, it's like the cause and effect of a set of circumstances that have taken place. So, but trying to come up with some sort of win-win solution and the truth coming out about a situation. So some sort of truth coming to light. And then we have the Judgment energy, which is about the, well, first of all, it's the need to make a decision, right? Judgment is a decision, needs to be made. It's a final decision after some clarity is gained, right? But it is a wake-up call, no matter how you slice it. And the wake-up call is regarding your life's purpose. So it's this idea where it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Was that job really fair? Was I being paid equitably? Was I being treated well? If I'm really honest with myself, was I happy in that role, in that major, in that situation, in that friendship, in that relationship? Was I feeling valued? If I'm really honest with myself, right? But there's the Judgment energy is about, first of all, it's about transformation because it's Pluto. But it's also about looking back on a situation, whether it's a relationship, a job, opportunity, whatever it was that you're involved in, and looking back and saying, you know what, I did the best I knew how with what I was working with. And which I think is very healthy. Like in the upright, this is all about like not beating yourself up, you know, coming to terms with the way things rolled out. Everyone did the best they knew how, everyone. Even if you aren't proud of the way you handled something, or you really don't like how somebody else handled something, everybody did what they thought to be the right thing in the moment. But now the big question is, was it fair? Can something be, you know, attained through all of that? But because we have the 5 of Cups energy, it does seem like there's this recognition that something is just not right, not fair. You don't feel good in something, and you're really ready to transform yourself out of it. It does seem like that, okay, according to this spread. But let's see what the other spreads. Now, each spread can resonate with a different group of you, right? Just understand that. So that's why I'm doing multiple spreads to give as many messages as I can get out to you guys during this crazy time we're in right now. So I'm going to do the Crystal Visions for the first layer of the Celtic Cross spread. And then I'm going to pull the Light Seers Tarot on top of it. But let's pull all the cards and then see what we have, okay? Okay. A lot of reversals here. Don't be scared of the reversals. These are just necessary messages that have to come out. Ace of Cups. Questions I get asked. No, I never mess with my decks, guys. Never. Got an upright. I don't do that. However Spirit wants the messages to come out, that's how they do. I don't manipulate. I don't turn my cards upright. I do shuffles however they come out. Whatever message is meant to come out needs to come out as it's meant to. Sometimes we need the reversals, and sometimes the reversals are far more positive than the upright. But it usually indicates that we need to pull our attention a little more closely to something. So let's see what we have here. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay, we have the Lovers. Into this, the situation right now, we have the 7 of Swords reverse and we have the 8 of Pentacles reverse. So the 7 of Swords reverse is like a punishment, being caught, trying to make amends in some sort of situation, right? Because the 7 of Swords in the upright, it's that Mars and Aquarius energy. It was called like the wearing a mask energy, somebody trying to be deceitful, somebody trying to be really shady, right? But in the reverse here, it's about somebody's mask falling off, right? And there being this element of punishment, or this element of being caught, and then trying to make amends though through it. This is one of the energies that's more positive in the reverse. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So The Eight of Pentacles in reverse is about needing to repair something, right? But having a lack of focus, having a really hard time focusing on something, because the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, you're very laser focused on your work, on the situation, on the relationship, whatever it is. And in the reverse, it's lack of focus or even lack of ambition. But with this feeling like things need to be perfect, right? Having this idea of perfectionism at play here, or not doing something until everything feels 100% in the right place, perfect, perfect, perfect. So I could just tell you, if it has to do with a job or launching something or starting a business or anything like that, don't wait. It's not, we can't be slaves to the energy. We can't. If you can open, if you're blessed enough to be able to do that, go for it. Just know that the rollout of something may not be as quickly as you'd like, but for others of you, this can indicate the need to repair something, repair that relationship. This could be a needing to make amends at that job. This could also mean literally needing to do some repair work on your home or on your business, something like that. Okay, but we have to combine it, right, with the 7 here, right? This 7 of sword energy as well. So I am feeling like something needs to be amended here, right? Because somebody is, the making amends needs to happen here. This repair work needs to happen here because somebody got caught doing something in one way or another. Some sort of reality came to light, the way somebody felt, something somebody did, the reality of a situation with that job, whatever it is, and crossing. We have the 6 of Swords and we have the Lovers reverse. So we have the 6 of Swords is always about like moving away from toxicity, right? It's always about moving away from toxicity. So it's necessary though. It's like a necessary transition. It's a relocating, it's a moving away. So, and we have the Lovers. The Lovers is indicate having in the reverse there, you're struggling to make a decision here for sure. Some of you might be dealing with the Gemini energy as well, but the Lovers indicates needing to make a decision. Now, this can indicate a breakup. This can indicate a divorce. This can indicate argument, some sort of discord, regret, bad choices. So keeping it real, I have to say, it looks like somebody got caught doing something and not the best thing. Now, this doesn't only have to do with relationships. This could be within a family connection, a friendship. This could have to do with obviously with a relationship. But then we have the best to be achieved out of this is we have the Lovers reverse again, right? This is a different deck now. The Lovers reverse again and the Ace of Pentacles. So we just addressed the Lovers reverse, right? So it is this idea of there being an ending of something, right? Where there's this breakup, divorce, argument, discord, regret, bad choices. Can be that for some of you, even with this one. It doesn't have to be. It could be just an argument. It could be a huge argument where somebody gets called out to the carpet on something and you guys have to make amends after a huge argument. It could just be that. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as an entire breakup or a divorce. But there is challenge here within this area. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is having to do with money. So this could be somebody can be very greedy within this connection, going into debt, stressing out about money, something having to do with money. But Pentacles can also mean mental, physical, and emotional connection. So somebody could be very greedy with how they communicate and how they share themselves, right? And what they're willing to give and how often they're willing to see you and how much they're willing to open up. Right? And it's like this feeling like, well, you're just not giving me enough for me to be able to function in a healthy way in this relationship. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, this can be, you might find yourself a little too focused on money, having to do with a career decision, something to do with money and or career, where either you or you could be dealing with another energy where that's too much of the focus to the point of it being imbalanced. Okay. Now, as the foundation energy, we have the Temperance reverse and we have the Emperor energy. So the Emperor energy is a great energy, and as far as it indicating respect and leadership and strategic planning and being in charge, right? Again, this is the leadership vibe. This is Aries, and Aries being ruled by Mars is all about having a fresh path and a new perspective. So for some of you, if you're transitioning out of a relationship, this could indicate you meeting somebody new who is very, very faithful and very like they very much know what's necessary for this relationship to work. Some of you, if you're in a situation where things are not good in the relationship, somebody very much wants to fix things, but we have this idea of temperance reverse. And temperance is that alchemical energy having to do with, you know, cooperation, right? So when we have this in reverse, it's a disruptive energy where there's this excessive feel like things are out of control. We can't get on the same page. There's argument here, you know, and it could be this very much this frustrating energy where if the relationship isn't good, somebody's showing up 100% with their big boy pants on or big girl pants on, but there is still this chaos that's surrounding it. It's like there's not this meeting of the minds for some reason or another. This has to do with a career. This is you being very large and in charge of how you want to move something forward, but it's like, oh my God, could things be messier as far as like rolling out that project, rolling out that business, starting that job? You know, where are the customers? Where, you know, being able to roll things out in a very pragmatic way. That's temperance reverse, but here you are like ready to be large and in charge, ready to lead your life, ready to start something on a new path, but having a lot of obstacles. Now, in the recent past, we have the Five of Pentacles reverse and the Knight of Pentacles reverse. So the Five of Pentacles reverse can indicate a new job or home, hope returning, recovery. Definitely one of those, way better in the reverse. This is not a great energy in the upright, but in the reverse, it's actually really good. A new job opportunity maybe came in, a new home or talk of a new home. You moved into some place new, hope returning, recovery. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles reverse though. So we have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. This is you dealing with a very stubborn person. You might be stubborn right now. Again, the energies can be vice versa. Stubborn person, laziness, not really working, not really putting the effort into something. This is in the recent past, by the way. So somebody just not putting in the work into something, you know? So it's like, but, you know, you were kind of recovering from that. I feel like, you know, definitely in the space of recovering from that. I like the idea that there's recovery on the top here, okay? Some sort of new hope coming back. So, you know, maybe there was this idea of separation, right? Because Pentacles is also mental, physical, emotional connection. And in the reverse, it's like that lack of connection. And it could have been because of COVID. It could have been because of other situations going on for sure. But now there's like a recovery and a sort of a bouncing back from that coming into this energy, right? Before dealing with all of this. Now, right now we have the Ten of, this is you now. This is you and only you. Ten of Swords reverse. We have the Full reverse. Full reverse means carelessness. Apathy, being very apathetic, being unprepared for something, being sort of absent from something, meaning perhaps there's just something you don't want to engage in right now in your life. You know what I mean? Like it could be that relationship, that job where you're just like, oh, just not into it. Like you, but the thing is this, I often find with the Fool reverse, it's like you feel broken down. Because the Fool upright is like, yeah, let's go. Let's try this new path, this new perspective. Let's try this new experience. Let's go, let's go. But in the reverse, it's like, I don't even want to do that. I just don't, right? It's very apathetic. Like, I don't care. I just don't care. You know, being unprepared. Sort of not being checked in and turned on, you know, just not. Because we have the Ten of Swords. I understand, for sure, totally. You know, but the Ten of Swords in reverse, it happened already. This is past. This is history. And so this is a new start. This is recovery. This is forgiveness and moving on. So on the one hand, this is very positive. You're moving on. Now, the Ten of Swords is never easy to deal with, obviously. There's a lot of pain associated with that. It indicates the end of a cycle and some hurt that you had to contend with, right? But there's recovery here. But at the same time, you're just like, whatever, maybe tomorrow. And a lot of it but can be because, I mean, listen, the Fool is Uranus. Uranus is your ruler. This is all about the future. Maybe you just want to take things one day at a time right now. You don't want to focus on the future. You want to just kind of be inside yourself, be in yourself right now. Just deal with whatever you've been going through. Go through a slow recovery. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now, the energy that's surrounding you, we have the Tower reverse and we have the Ace of Swords reverse. All right, I mean, this makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the Tower reverse is, I mean, this could be a painful energy. The Tower is reverse is about some sort of like, for some of you, it can be this feeling internally, nothing out in the 3D even, feeling oppressed. For others of you, you might be in the space of feeling like you just averted a disaster. Others of you may be in the space of just really focusing on security and being very afraid of change or anything new. And you're kind of very dug in. And in this case, that understanding of the Tower, this is very much an internal tower where you're going to be pushed, even though this is in the energy surrounding you. You're going to be pushed to really look at where your life is going and what it is that you really, really want. But you're going to be pushed to do that. You are. I mean, and you're going to feel stressed about it because we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, so the stress, like mental blocks, poor judgment. There's something that you're not being really honest about, or somebody's not being honest with you about. Somebody else is feeling very blocked. You're feeling stressed because of somebody else's stress. You're feeling stressed because of somebody else's blocks or somebody else's inability to show up. The Tower can mean a lot of things, but it's always a Mars energy, and Mars is always attached to the Chariot, which is always connected to the 4th house. And what does all of that mean? It always means that whatever path you're on, and if it's not going the way that Mars knows it should go for your highest good, Mars is going to pop in and say, lights on, red flags away, whip those rose-colored glasses off. It's time to look at something for what it really is. And that thing may not be the best thing for you. You know? Now, you could be feeling, the stress and the mental blocks and all of that because of the situation, or you might be dealing with somebody who just can't get out of their own way, Aquarius, and you can't mitigate that, right? Because we can only control ourselves. Now, in your fear and your hope, we have the King of Wands and we have the Justice reverse. Okay, so the Justice reverse, this is a Libra energy. This rules the 7th house of partnerships. And in the reverse, this indicates dishonesty and unfairness. This could even indicate bigotry, legal problems, some sort of lawsuits that you may have to deal with. But this is like a hope and a fear at the same time. So, apply that however you see fit now. But the Justice energy, again, being a Libra energy, being that 7th house of partnerships, it is ruled by Venus. So it is asking these big questions about how well do I feel valued in that connection? How well do I feel valued in that job? Am I getting compensated fairly? Am I getting what I need? Do I like how I feel? Do I like the version of myself in that situation? And the answer is probably no. The answer may be no. But then we have the King of Wands here. So again, this is in your hope and your fear. So you want to be a bold leader. You want to have power. You want to have courage. You want to have all of these fabulous elements as you think about any area where there's been imbalance. You really want to tap into that. But it's a scary thing, but it's at the same time, it's something that you want. You want to be able to stand up to this energy and just deal with it. Something is kind of, eating away at you here. Now we have not eating away at you, but there's something that's very, it's a pretty clear situation that's coming into your consciousness now. Now we have as the outcome, we have the World and the 5 of Wands. So let's talk about the 5 of Wands in reverse because, I like this because this is another one way more positive in the reverse. Hands down, this is about harmony and success and problems being resolved. And then you guys having the World, which is about completing a goal or a lesson. There's completion here. And because you've completed it, what is the gift that Saturn brings? Is decades and decades and decades of a gift. Way better than any Jupiter blessings, right? This is so positive. So that is the outcome of all of that. So you might have to go through something for a minute, but it does look like the outcome is good. Now we have the Ace of Cups reverse. This is in the near future, and the 4 of Cups. So the Ace of Cups in the reverse is being let down and feeling kind of like depressed and disappointed in some kind of situation, but you're feeling disappointed and let down because you're very much feeling the sense again of apathy, of feeling very unfulfilled in something. So guys, this could have to do with a job where it's like you had all of these hopes, everything was going beautifully, and then you ended up in this space where it's like, so not what I thought it would end up being. I really am not feeling very motivated by this. I'm feeling very unfulfilled. Same thing could be with a relationship. You very much wanted to fix a relationship, get into a relationship, whatever it was. And once you got there, you started to feel this sense of apathy. But the idea here too, as I always say with the Four of Cups, you want to make sure, like, were you really ready for it in the first place? Like, really, if you're dead honest with yourself. And that's a hard pill to swallow always, right, with the Four of Cups energy, because we don't want to look at that where it's like, all right, maybe the job didn't work out, maybe the relationship didn't work out exactly as you thought, but were you really ready for that anyway? Were you? As you were checking off this checklist of, I don't like A, B, and C about this job, I don't like this, and this about this person, and really, and because of that, I feel, very much in this, being let down and feeling depressed and disappointed because things did not go as you really initially wanted them to. But, any of these reversals can be turned upright, because I see this as a matter of, changing perspective. Now, this could also be somebody else feeling this about you, but I do feel this element of disappointment. Now, again, this doesn't have to do with relationship. This doesn't even have to do with a career or money. This could have to do with a family situation, a friendship situation. You connect it as you see fit. So that's what we have for that portion of the reading. Now let's go into the Lenormand. Lenormands are always some powerful messages, and then we'll go into the Love Only Oracle. So the Lenormand is not tarot. It's a different system. We recognize each card on its own, but we come up with one cohesive message rather than kind of the story, so much of a situation. It's one final message. So we have the Anchor. We have the Dog. Nice. We have the Well. I like the Well. The Well's a healthy card. And we have Clover, which is really good. We have Man. This is the assertive man. So male Aquarians, this could be you. Female Aquarians, this could be a significant other, or this could be any of the significant male in your life. And then we have the Cage, the Gilded Cage. Ooh, and we have the Venus Woman. Okay. All right, Aquarius, there's something that you need to look at a little more deeply. All right, when we get the Well, it's about, even though you might feel like you've been through a lot, and I'm sure you have if you're resonating with that in that way, but there's like 10-12% of something that you're not seeing, that you're not being honest about. And it's not that you're lying to yourself or anything like that. It's not what it means at all. It just means that something has been eluding you up to this point. And it's something that whatever your heart is set on, whether it's that job, that relationship, that friendship, family connection, whatever it is, it can be yours. You're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to be really honest, and you're going to have to look a little deeper into something. That's what that means. Now we have the Anchor is all about obviously being very grounded, but we have the Dog, which brings messages. Now this could be either a very long-term friend that you trust, that loves you, that has your back, and them giving you a piece of information that helps kick off this idea that you need to think about something differently and more deeply. Or this could be even a therapist. This could even just be, and I always say with the Dog, a lot of people are very connected with their animals, particularly our animals who have passed. You might be feeling like you're connecting with them, but this could also be you recognizing that at the end of the day, Aquarius, you are your own best friend and you already know the answer. And sometimes we just need some validation, and the validation that you need is you need to look at something a little more deeply for you to have the tools to move forward in the positive way. With the Clover. Clover means good luck, and I almost feel silly saying that, because what does that even mean, right? It means things going in a way that's very beneficial for you, okay? But there needs to be this unveiling of information. There needs to be this openness to approach, because we have between the male and the woman, between Mars and Venus. Now this could be between work and money. This could be between one person in a relationship and another. We have the bird cage, which has a key. And the rose symbolizes either love or information that's necessary for this job, for this career, something that needs to be understood. So you're going to lock this information in the bird cage, and thereby also locking a part of yourself in that gilded cage. Because there's not a 100% authenticity or honesty there, or you're going to take it out and look at it. It's being really honest about the reality of that relationship, going very deep, the reality about that job. But when we have Mars and Venus hanging out here, there's no question, because everybody's looking at the future. He's looking at the future, she's looking at the future. They're both looking forward. Now, for some of you, the man can be looking at the woman, trying to uncover something about her, and she may be just interested in moving forward. Some of you are going to resonate with it like that. But in order for you to have the anchor feel really grounded, there is something that you're needing to see that you have to look at something more deeply in order for there to be the change and the moving forward, Mars, in the way that you want, with the love, with the information, with the beneficial energies for you to actually have what it is that you want. Okay, so that's what that means. And now let's just pull some relationship cards. So first we're going to do the homemade tarot. I know I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. Who else just got that? I feel like 2 other signs got this. So if you not cross watch, but if you watch for your other signs, well, I guess if you cross watch, you can. I don't know how to handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. I know I didn't handle things the right way, rather, but I don't know how to fix it. Please stop trying to control everything. It's stifling me, and I don't want to feel this way. Please stop trying to control everything. It's stifling me, and I don't want to feel this way. So this could be you feeling this way about someone else, or someone else feeling this about you. Being apart has been life-changing for me. So again, that could have been, I'm thinking back to the Celtic cross spread in the recent past. I do feel like you guys have been apart. Okay, Island Time Wellness, self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Nothing like some good shadow work. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Well, these are some talking points if you guys end up talking, but let's see. Playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Maybe you guys have just been like a little too serious in certain areas. It's hard to play now, right, John? Don't watch the news if you're going to play. Don't watch the news. Stay out of any like big cities. Go up into nature with like completely like unplugged from everything. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. I have to tell you, I'm feeling like I know somebody's heartbroken right now, but I have to tell you, I feel like there's some sort of situation that happened in this relationship. Somebody needs to grow. Somebody is growing. The love is there. There is a foundation here. Somebody did not handle things the right way. There might be some sort of codependency, issues going on here. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Very nice. I actually love that card in this desk. there, I mean, isn't that the truth? There's always a higher purpose to things that happen. We don't want to see that, and a lot of times, I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I do. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Lovely. Yeah, I don't know, Aquarius. It's very interesting. I don't know whoever's resonating with this. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I feel like some work needs to be done. Nothing that some good communication can't fix. The union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. Will you look at that card? How gorgeous is that? Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. I love this stack. It's Whispers of Love. Let's do one more. You are limitless. You could do anything you choose. Yeah, a lot of times you just have to make the decision to actually do it, though, right? Okay, so let's pull a couple of tarot. Okay. We have the World. Seven of Wands, Page of Swords. Let's pull one more. We have the Death. All right, you know what? I'm not mad at the Death. So we have the World. So the World is great. This is a great energy because it's about a completion, right? Something has been completed here. Some sort of lesson is being completed. There is a goal or, some sort of goal or lesson that needed to be learned here. Let's come back to the Seven of Wands in a minute. And then we have the Page of Swords. So whenever we have the Page of Swords, this is an idea of curiosity, right? There's swords or ideas, so some sort of new epiphany, a new approach, right? This could be really getting in touch with a new, some sort of new communication comes in. Now, the page can also indicate a new cycle. So this can be somebody reaching out to somebody if you guys haven't been in communication. But the thing is here, I do want to say the page energy is immature. And when we have the Seven of Wands energy as well, Seven of Wands is about dishonesty and betrayal and like this running away. So I feel like there is some lesson that's being learned, perhaps about that somebody was very immature within a relationship, that somebody handled things the wrong way, right? I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. What does that mean? I'm thinking it means that they betrayed, that they were dishonest, that they ran away when they were afraid. They hid in this relationship. They were not very mature. But I feel like this information is coming in to incite a new cycle, because then we have the Death energy, which is great. This is Scorpio. This is the 8th house of transformation. It's an ending with a simultaneous new beginning. So, you know, this is actually meaning a big change, right? Something ending, but it's time to move on for rebirth and transformation. And I do feel like that's happening here, because to have the Death and the World bookending each other, that's pretty strong. Those are two very strong major arcana. So I feel like this lesson is going to be learned here, and really nice. I have to tell you, I have very good energy about this. I really do. Let's just throw some astro dice. Why not? Then we'll wrap this up. We have Neptune. We have Pisces. Dream, dream, dream. You guys are going to be dreamy, chilling out. Yes, I'm telling you, Jupiter is going to be harmonizing with Neptune. We got Neptune with Pisces. And we have it in the first house of self. You guys are going to be dreaming about what it is that you want for yourself. Absolutely. You're going to be, really tapping into your intuition, into the spiritual side of things. And keep in mind, Neptune and Pisces, that's 12th house, and that bumps right up onto the first house of self. So it's like bringing those wishes that you really are going to create and get in touch with in the 12th house into that first house of self. Very nice. Yeah, the numinous, mystery, the unknown, the unknowable, psychic abilities. I mean, this is amazing to me, because this is such a Pisces and Neptune energy. It's a universal truth, inner knowing, other worlds. So you're going to be getting messages that are so intuitive right now. It's crazy. This is bananas that we got the numinous with Neptune and Pisces. You're going to be getting some serious downloads, my friends, honestly, this week. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to sense, pay attention to numbers, things that you're hearing repeatedly. Messages are coming to you big time this week, my Aquarius friends, absolutely. All right, guys, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.